Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a bouquet. I am by no means an expert, but I like to make them, and I have promised myself that this garden season I'm going to take more flowers from outside inside the house. I grow so many flowers and seldom enjoy them inside. So that's a pact I've made to myself, and I have a couple friends on Instagram who are keeping me honest, meaning they're holding me accountable so that I will actually cut the flowers and make the bouquet. This is the vessel I'm going to use today. All the vessels that I use are thrifted. I'm also using a Lazy Susan so that I can get each and every area. And then I'm also using chicken wire to hold the flowers in place. Sometimes I tape the chicken wire in place, but I just finished my last piece of tape and it wasn't long enough to go completely across the vessel. The first thing I usually do is I add what I call the foundation. So the little wispy things and the viney things, the under layers, basically the underwear of the arrangement. For this bouquet, I'm using ferns, asparagus fronds, smilax, and borage as the underlayment. I like to have different textures. So I'm going to, I have a box right here. I'm going to use the box to house my trash. I don't like to make a mess. So, but as you can see, here is the first piece of fern. I think that's a bit too tall. Ah, there we go. And I like to work my bouquets in series of threes. So let's see what I come up with, okay? By series of threes, I mean I like to have three sides, three sections. There you go, that's the word. I don't want to have any leaves in the water, so let me pull this leaf off. There we go. I also have some asparagus ferns to, it's not asparagus ferns, excuse me, fronds. The bloom portion or the stem portion of the asparagus, once it's bloomed off, the seeds will form on these, but this little wispiness adds for nice texture in the bouquet. And you can pretty much use just about anything in your yard for floral arrangements, because if you look at some of the professional florists, you will notice that they use just about anything. This is oregano that I've allowed to go to seed. I'm going to add some of this in here as well. This bouquet is not only going to smell, well, it's not only going to look pretty, but it's also going to smell delicious. Some of the biggest portions of these flowers will be these hydrangeas. So I'm going to remove all the leaves. And then I'm going to trim these down some. And then a good thing to do to help the hydrangea get some more water is you split it up the middle. going to add these two gigantic dinner plate dahlias. I'm just now adding the other pieces. These are zinnias. Dahlias and or Cornell bronze. Nope. There's got to be understories because the stems were not that long. These are takeoff. This is lemon basil. It has purple as well as some green. I'm going to add you to right here. some sage. The last thing I'm going to add are some black-eyed Susans. All done. I feel like it could use just a little more right here, but I suspect if I took this and put it there, I would be tweaking all day. But it's not bad because, as I stated before, I'm learning as I go, using what's in the garden at the moment. And this is what's blooming. Thank you so much for joining me today as I worked on perfecting my bouquet skills and just sharing with you how I go about creating the bouquets that I'm making for Friday Florals. This is the bouquet for the following week, and I will say I love the vessel and the shape of this one a lot as well. This one is mostly roses, dahlias, and a few zinnias, and then supporting filler flowers. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. As always, happy gardening.